This is Late Night Health. This is the radio show that cares about the most important part of your life, your health. Hi, I'm Mark Alyn, and along with the insane Daryl Wayne, we're going to take a look in the next hour at a number of things that touch each and every one of us through health, spirituality, as we traverse the 21st century. We're going to start by taking a look at probiotics. We're going to talk about humor, and we're also going to look at finding hope. All that and more here on Late Night Health. We go to Ontario, Canada, to a small village where I think they still raise goats, and she may even have some. Sherry Torkos. She's been with us before. Sherry is many things. She's written 18 books or booklets. She has a bachelor's degree as well as a doctorate in pharmacy. She's become a holistic pharmacist. I'm really curious about something. Was there a light switch that went off in your head, Sherry, and you said, I don't want to prescribe prescription drugs. I want to try holistic. What was the epiphany there?
Hey there. Thanks for having me on. Just this one little note I will mention. My degree is Bachelor of Science. I'm not a doctor. But yeah, in terms of how I got
registered pharmacist. I'm sorry, I read that wrong.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah, registered pharmacist, been practicing 25 years. And yes, the light bulb did go off in my head shortly after I started practicing pharmacy. And I was just seeing the sick get sicker, people relying on prescription drugs to fix health problems that I thought could otherwise be addressed very successfully with lifestyle strategies. And so I really kind of embarked on this educational journey for myself as I learned a little bit about natural products and vitamins and nutrition and stuff like that in school, but it was really my education after I finished school, going to conferences and learning from other medical doctors, naturopaths, pharmacists, and really delving into the science on dietary supplements. And now, 25 years later, there is just a plethora of good research out there supporting the benefits of these products for helping to, optimize health, maybe mitigate the side effects of prescription drugs, and, also for the role in prevention. Are you
still in practice?
I am, yes. I practice part-time. I work 1 day a week in the pharmacy, and, I still like to, work as a holistic, integrative approach. But I also do recognize that there are times when prescription drugs are necessary, and they can provide, life-saving treatments in some cases. I think that ideally we need to have a mix of both worlds when we're looking at addressing some of the biggest health challenges that we have today. And in particular, what we're going to discuss today, which is belly habits. I can't tell you the number of people I talk to on a daily basis that have digestive issues, gas and bloating and constipation, diarrhea. It's actually one of the most common reasons why people go into the pharmacy and to the doctor is because they have digestive problems.
And of course, men, as we age, we tend to develop a bigger belly. And belly fat has been linked to other things, cardiovascular issues, erectile dysfunction, sleep issues, apnea, heart conditions, and it goes on and on. I'm really curious because a friend of mine called me to say, my Viagra, the pricing of Viagra here in the United States has gone up. Do you know what a prescription of regular strength Viagra or a generic, off the top of your head, what that would cost in Canada?
You know what? I can't give out a figure off the top of my head, but what I can tell you is I work in a border town pharmacy, and we do get a lot of Americans over, not just for Viagra, Cialis, and those types of drugs, but also for blood pressure, cholesterol medication, insulin, EpiPens, things like that. The cost of our prescription drugs is a lot more affordable, so a lot of people do head north to get better prices.
And that's even with insurance, which just annoys the living bejesus out of me. It really
well,
does.
We'll have to have another chat sometime about that because, I do think it's a shame that prescription drugs are unaffordable in the United States, and they don't need to be. We have the same drugs here; they're just the same quality. In some cases, we ship drugs into the U.S. and vice versa. So it's not that our drugs are inferior. It's just that we have government controls on price gouging and cost of medication as part of our universal healthcare system.
All right, my belly is big, extended, and I have gas. Is gas do anything? I mean, I was thinking about a cooking oil. My daughter was visiting, and she doesn't like to use the spray cooking oils anymore, not because of the oil so much, but she says the propellant is bad. I was thinking, gee, maybe gas is a propellant to get all that stuff out, to get the poop out.
Well, what causes gas for a lot of people is that their digestion isn't ideal. Either, eating foods, that trigger gas, even if you have good digestion, things like beans and broccoli and onions and garlic, those types of foods, they tend to be more gas-provoking. But if you have chronic gas after every meal or you just feel bloated, uncomfortable, you could have an imbalance in your gut microflora, which is, one of the things that I really wanted to chat about today, and the fact that there are so many factors that influence the health of our microbiome and the good bacteria, the balance of the good and the bad bacteria in our digestive system. There's certainly things we know that can, habits, I would say, that can put you at a disadvantage, alcohol, taking prescription medications like antibiotics, smoking, too much sugar, even antacids, that can compromise the health of your gut flora. So I do have some tips that I can share with your listeners about foods that they should include in their diet that can help improve not only the counts of the microflora, but also the diversity, but also the impact that exercise can have, and even relaxation and sleep.
And that is why we are calling this segment Eat, Move, and Chill. Our guest is Sherry Torkos. She is a registered pharmacist. She practices in some kind of little tiny border town in Canada, and I'm teasing her about that, of course. I'm really interested in something. Antacids. I've been told by some holistic practitioners that when you take an antacid, there's a good chance that it's not because you have too much acid, it's because you might have too little acid. Have you heard that?
Yes, I am familiar with that. And, when that theory or concept was first introduced, there's a lot of skepticism, and now it turns out that there may be some truth in that, and the fact that people are taking all of these antacid medications because they have heartburn, it could be counterproductive. What's more is the fact that when you take antacids, they can actually affect your body's absorption of certain vitamins and nutrients, but also antacids can reduce the diversity, so the different types of good bacteria that normally live in your gut. So I always tell people when they get prescriptions for antacids or they're buying something over the counter, this is really, something you need to delve into and not just grab something off the shelf because you're having a little bit of heartburn. Maybe see a holistic practitioner, go to your doctor, make sure you have some proper testing done. Sometimes it could be overgrowth of certain bacteria, bacteria such as Helicobacter pylori or H. pylori. That is a leading cause of indigestion, heartburn, acid reflux as well. It can contribute to that. And it's an overgrowth of that bacteria. Now, the mainstream way of treating that is with antibiotics and proton pump inhibitors. While that is effective, it also can lead to other problems. And namely, when people take antibiotics, it can really wipe out good levels of bacteria in your gut.
Well,
significant it can.
Antibiotics don't ask the bacteria, are you a good guy or a bad guy? They just take them all out. It's like a blast,
That's
isn't
right.
it? Right? So it's all or nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Sherry, we're going to take some time out. We'll come back and continue this conversation. I also want to ask you about foods like broccoli and, more importantly, kale. We are broadcasting from the palatial, I'm trying to be funny here, Daryl, Wayne Manor with great lemons, great apples, and wonderful avocados. Join us at latenighthealth.com. Lots going on over there. latenighthealth.com. We'll be back with Sherry in just a moment.
You're listening to Late Night Health with Mark Alyn. The show continues in a moment.
Recently, I met Jacqueline from Bright here in Los Angeles. She gave me a hearing exam and then showed me how to hear again with the new Signia Pure Series hearing aids, and she can give you your life back too. I hear birds chirping, birds cooing, and even my wife. They easily connect to my smartphone. The Signia hearing aids are amazing, and with the charge and go, I don't have to fiddle with batteries and hear all day long. Not hearing is frustrating for you and your family. I know you don't have a problem, but trust me, call Bright Here now for a free hearing exam, a $125 value, yours free, just for making an appointment now. There are offices throughout the Los Angeles area. Call Bright Here now at 323-424-7100. That's 323-424-7100 for a free hearing exam. There's no obligation. Call now, 323-424-7100, or visit them on the web at brighthere.com.
If you're listening to Late Night Health right now, you're part of the growing target of baby boomers we're serving. Hi, I'm Daryl Wayne, producer of Late Night Health, inviting you to join the Late Night Health family. If you have any business targeting the growing boomer market, Late Night Health is the ideal advertising vehicle for you. From vitamins to insurance, alternative health to Western-style medicine, Late Night Health caters to the growing population of those over 40 years old. This vibrant demographic has expendable income to fight aging, purchase travel, take care of aging parents, or just have fun. Find out about the advertising opportunities with Late Night Health. Call us at 805-391-0308. That's 805-391-0308, or email us at info@latenighthealth.com. That's info@latenighthealth.com. Join Late Night Health as we empower people to take charge of their own health care. Call now at 805-391-0308. That's 805-391-0308. Sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Words are a critical aspect of success. How you get your point across is a crucial part of what makes anything sell. So do it right and hire a writer. Whether it's articles, blog posts, technical writings, website content, product descriptions, or ghostwriting anything from a novel to a nonfiction book about your navel, contact Servet Hassan. If you want it to sell, write it right. Email Servet at servet@servethassan.com.
Late Night Health continues. I'm Mark Alyn, along with the insane Daryl Wayne. Actor Robert Trevor will be joining us shortly. He's written a book, The Haircut Who Would Be King, and it's very funny. And we'll be talking with Robert about his career and about how laughter is really the best medicine. We're going to be continuing our conversation with Sherry Torkos as we talk about Eat, Move, Chill. Let's talk about, Sherry, prebiotic foods. What does that mean, first of all?
Yeah, so folks are probably not as familiar with prebiotics. I think there's good acknowledgement or awareness that probiotic foods, the fermented foods like yogurt and miso and kefir and tempeh, things like that, have the beneficial bacteria in them. Well, prebiotic foods, those are foods that contain fibers and nutrients that help to feed the probiotic bacteria in your system. So prebiotics, most of them are fiber-rich foods. Also, there are other components in foods that have been identified that can also help to stimulate the growth of the good bacteria. So think about adding these foods to your diet: apples and onions and asparagus and barley and flaxseed, garlic, bananas. All of those foods, again, have certain nutrients and fibers that can help to stimulate the growth of your good bacteria. I tell people, if you think of prebiotics kind of like fertilizer for the lawn, if your lawn is your digestive tract, your microbiome, and you eat these prebiotic foods, it's going to help to support not only the growth of the good bacteria, but also the diversity. And I serve as an advisor on a website. I'll let your listeners know, Mark. It's called Prebiotics.com. And on that website, people can go in, they can take a little survey to find out, if they have any digestive concerns, what their health issues are, their goals, and it can help to guide you in determining if you could benefit from taking, say, a probiotic supplement. Because even though you may eat healthy and take prebiotic foods in your diet and eat probiotic foods like yogurt and kefir and all of these things, you still may not be able to get optimal amounts because there are so many things that can deplete your system, stress and taking medications,
alcohol,
travel,
smoking.
Alcohol, yeah, all of those things. So, a lot of times, especially if a person is having a lot of digestive issues, IBS, if they have celiac, Crohn's, colitis, a lot of gas and bloating with their foods, I will recommend a good probiotic. And there's some things that I think people should look for when they're choosing a probiotic, because right now we have a situation where you go into a health food store or pharmacy and there are rows and rows of products, and it can be very daunting to know how do you pick a product, right?
Right.
So,
and which one do you like? Before we get to that, hold on one second. You have not mentioned my favorite probiotic food.
Oh, I didn't mention your favorite probiotic food. So I mentioned yogurt and kefir, miso, tempeh, kimchi.
Yeah, okay, there you go, kimchi. Got it.
Kimchi, yeah, kimchi's great. I mean, I love going to Korean restaurants and having one of those hot pots with some kimchi. Delicious.
Oh, it's great.
And those are, so good. So yeah, when it comes to probiotics, so what I would say, as a pharmacist, I have to look to a few things. One is, what does the science say? And we know that there are certain strains of beneficial bacteria that have been clinically studied and found to offer a range of benefits. And I refer to them as the friendly trio. And the friendly trio are 3 specific strains of bifidobacterium and lactobacillus bacteria that have good evidence showing digestive benefits, but also benefits for the immune system. And you can find this friendly trio of bacteria in the probiotics by Wakanaga. They're called Chiodophilus, and they have a range of products. There are Max, there's a regular one a day, there's ones for children, there's ones for 50 plus.
Their first product was their first product was Kyolic, and
yes.
And their one of their original spokespeople or person was Gypsy Boots. If you remember Gypsy, Daryl, you remember Gypsy?
Oh yeah, we used to saw his hippie van flying around Cambria all the time.
All of the time, yeah, absolutely.
And I remember from the Tonight Show.
Yeah, yeah.
Johnny Carson had him on a few times.
Right, exactly. Did you know him? Sherry?
I did, yeah. Interesting guy, and also Charlie Fox.
Oh, I knew them both. They were relatives.
Yeah.
They were cousins or something.
Yes.
Right.
I think so, yeah. No, I met Charlie, and in fact, when I was first started practicing pharmacy and I was integrating natural products into the pharmacy, Charlie Fox came into the pharmacy and he was talking to me about the benefits of Kyolic and then Chiodophilus and, the science on all the Wakanaga probiotics, which is really substantial. And that got my attention because as a pharmacist, I'm trained, we have to look at the science, we have to rely on good clinical research, benefits on not just safety but also efficacy. And, I like their products because they don't require refrigeration as well. So, they're stable at room temperature, guaranteed potency, and then they have a variety of formats. So I take, often I'll take the women's combination. They have a cranberry with the Chiodophilus, which I really like. My son takes their kids, chewable. Sometimes I'll recommend the Max. If somebody, for example, is taking an antibiotic, then I'll recommend they take the Max, Chiodophilus Max, during and afterwards so that they can not only prevent that destruction of all the good bacteria, but negate some of the side effects. A lot of people get diarrhea when they take antibiotics, and that's because the antibiotic is killing not only the bad bacteria, but also the good, and that can really throw your system off.
Let me ask you about kale. I ask a lot of people
Sure.
about kale, okay? I'm not sure. I think kale may have been a mistake in nature. It's really hard to digest, for one. I have a friend who's a vegan chef. He told me the secret is to wash it well, cut it up, wrap it in a towel, and pound the heck out of it with a kitchen mallet. It breaks down the fiber, but you still get the benefits. The taste is, I almost would rather be taking straight oil of oregano than eating kale. Help me.
Well, yeah, okay, I can help you when it comes to kale because you're right. I don't mind kale in a salad, but my husband is like you. He's not too keen on it. So the way I get kale into our diet is I take the fresh kale, I wash it really well, pat it dry, I drizzle olive oil, and then I actually work the oil into the kale with my hands, like massage it in, and then I add some fresh garlic and some sea salt, and I bake it in the oven for at 350 for about 10 minutes, and it gets nice and crispy. That's how you can make your own kale chips. And they taste so good. Even people that don't like the taste of raw kale will often like the taste of fresh kale chips.
I will try that. That's a great recipe.
Yeah, try it.
Yeah,
and
that's a great...
It's more affordable than buying them in a package, the kale chips, because they're very expensive when you buy them, but you make your own, and they're cheap and easy to make, and they really do taste good. And you can add different seasonings or spices. You can put, I put tamari sauce on them sometimes, or a barbecue seasoning, and it, dresses them up a bit.
I do. I also like Brussels sprouts. Not something I liked as a kid, but I roast those with olive oil and mustard seeds.
Oh, yeah. Brussels sprouts are great when they're roasted. I also didn't like them growing up, but I think it's because my grandmother and my mom always boiled them, and the smell in the kitchen, I always remember that. Never liked it, but
and they were gray.
Roasted in the oven, they just taste better.
Yeah, and they made them, and they were gray, absolutely gray. Our guest is Sherry Torkos. She's a registered pharmacist, and we're talking about eating, moving, and chilling. We've talked about exercise. That helps. Chilling, getting rid of... What do you mean by chilling? We only have a minute, so...
Okay, so chilling, we all know that stress is a big issue for a lot of people today. Turns out that a lot of stress is also bad for your gut and for gut health because it can impact blood flow to the gut. It can also alter the levels of the good and the bad bacteria in your gut. And this has actually been studied where they found college students that are going through exams, higher levels of stress can actually reduce levels of friendly bacteria and increase levels of the bad bacteria. So there are a lot of reasons why we need to chill, whether it's meditating, exercising, yoga, tai chi, 10 minutes out of your day to take some deep breaths. You're chilling and relaxing is going to be good for your overall health, your blood pressure, your ability to sleep at night. But it's also
Sherry, we're once again out of time. We will have you back, and we'll talk. Let's talk to Amy and figure out a topic on pharma and pricing and all that. I'd love to do that. We're out of time. Go to our website, latenighthealth.com. You'll be able to see Sherry's picture and have a link to her information at probiotics.com. All right, we'll be back. We turn it over to Daryl as we return.
Welcome to Guide to the Soul. This is Robert Clancy. Grief can be such a burden on your heart. It can be crippling to the point where you can't even seem to function. I've been there, and I know that pain. But I also know you're not alone in that sorrow. We're all going through something in this life. Just as the sun has to face dark days, so do we. But the sun also has to shine again. Letting go of grief is not about letting go of your loved one. It's about making room in your heart for the love that you hold for them. If you have great grief, then you must have a very big heart too. It's time to fill your heart with that love and share it with everyone.
For more inspiration from Robert Clancy, visit guidetothesoul.com or go to the Moments with Robert page on latenighthealth.com. Late Night Health is proud of our partnership with the EBC, the Evolutionary Business Council. Check them out at ebcouncil.com.
You're listening to Late Night Health with Mark Alyn. The show continues in a moment.